So today's topic of my presentation is transport phenomenon in gases. So today's my presentation includes introduction of transport phenomenon in gases, then transport definition of the transport phenomenon in gas, then we will see there are different types of the transport phenomenon. So first transport phenomenon is the transport of momentum, then we will study the transport of energy, then transport of mass, and after that the transport of momentum, which is nothing but the expression for the coefficient of viscosity of a gas. And lastly we will discuss about the effect of pressure and temperature on coefficient of viscosity.
Viscosity.
So first of all we will see the transport phenomenon in gas. We have seen previously the kinetic theory of gases. So according to the kinetic theory of gases, the molecule of gas are constantly moving in all possible directions with all possible velocities. Okay. So if the gas is in equilibrium or in the steady state, then the transport of momentum or kinetic energy across a layer in different direction is equal to that in the opposite direction. Means here we will consider the gases, ideal gases, and the molecules in the ideal gases are in the different layers. So one layer, another layer, third layer, fourth layer, like this there are the different layers, and the molecules which are present in the different layers will move with the different velocities. So when the molecule will move across a layer, so there are the three layers, suppose one layer is middle and another layer is above and below that particular layer. Then what will happen? There will be the transport of momentum from one layer to the another layer and vice versa. So this is nothing but the transport phenomenon of the momentum. So if the gas is in equilibrium state or in the steady state, then the transport of momentum or kinetic energy across a layer in one direction is equal to that in the opposite direction. Hence, the resultant transport, hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Hence, the resultant transport of momentum or kinetic energy is 0. So, there are the three layers. I have told you that there are the three layers. One layer is the uppermost layer, one is the lowermost layer, and in between these two layers there is a third layer. And that third layer is crossing there is a transport of momentum from a middle layer towards the lower layer and vice versa. So this phenomenon is nothing but the transport of momentum. If the resultant transport of momentum or kinetic energy is 0, so in the equilibrium state the transport momentum will be the same. Transport of momentum or transport of energy will be the same in one particular direction and in reverse direction, and therefore the resultant transport of momentum or kinetic energy is 0. But when the gas is not in equilibrium, गैस क्या है, इक्विलिब्रियम में नहीं है और इन द स्टेडी स्टेट में नहीं है, तो ऐसे वक्त क्या होगा, वी मे हैव एनी ऑफ द थ्री फॉलोइंग केसेस. सो फर्स्ट केस इज द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मोमेंटम. मोमेंटम ये ट्रांसपोर्ट हो जाएगा. ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ एनर्जी and transport of mass, these are the three different cases which will arise when the gas is not in equilibrium or steady state. So what is the momentum? Anybody please? What is meant by the momentum? So momentum is nothing but mass multiplied by velocity. Mass multiplied by velocity, that product will give us the momentum. So first of all, we will see the first type of momentum, transport of momentum. What is the momentum? Mass multiplied by velocity. So I have told you that an ideal gas is there. Ideal gas is there, and we will consider that there are the different layers. First layer, then second layer, third layer, fourth layer, and so on. There are the different layers. And the molecules which are in a one particular layer is having the same velocity. The molecules which are having the molecules which are present in the another layer are moving with the another velocity. So velocities are different. Velocities of the molecule are different in different layers. Okay. So it means that there will be the relative motion of the layer of gas with respect to the another. For this purpose, I will give you one example, that suppose two persons are riding a bike. दो पर्सन जो है वो बाइक चला रहे हैं, एक का स्पीड ज़्यादा है, दूसरे का स्पीड कम है, और दोनों ने क्या किया है, एक का हाथ दूसरे के हाथ में दिया है, यानी दोनों जो है एक का हाथ दूसरे के हाथ में है, तो क्या होगा वहां पे, एक का स्पीड ज़्यादा है, दूसरे का स्पीड कम है. जिसका स्पीड ज़्यादा है वो क्या करेगा, वो अपना जो स्पीड है, अपना जो मोमेंटम है, वो दूसरे को देने की कोशिश करेगा ताकि वो उसी स्पीड से जाए. ऑन द अदर हैंड व्हाट विल हैपन, जो पर्सन कम स्पीड से बाइक को राइड कर रहा है वो क्या करेगा, जो ज्यादा स्पीड से मूव हो रहा है उसको पीछे खींचने की कोशिश करेगा. अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा, उसका जो स्पीड है, उसका जो मोमेंटम है, वो कम करने की कोशिश की जाएगी. ओके, सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मोमेंटम. सो it means that there will be the relative motion between the layers of a gas with respect to the one another. In such a case, the layer moving with faster velocity gives momentum to the slower layer. Slower layer में जो particles और molecules move हो रहे, उसका जो speed है वो बढ़ाने की कोशिश करेगा, और जिस layer में के molecules ज़्यादा स्पीड से मूव हो रहे उनका स्पीड कम करने की कोशिश की जाएगी. सो दैट विल गिव राइज टू द फेनोमेनन ऑफ विस्कोसिटी. दिस गिव्स राइज टू द फेनोमेनन ऑफ विस्कोसिटी एंड इट अराइजेस ड्यू टू द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मोमेंटम. ये क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है, इट इज ऑकरिंग ड्यू टू द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मोमेंटम. देन वी विल सी द डिफरेंट phenomenon, that is the transport of energy. That we know that again here we will consider the ideal gas, and in that ideal gas there are the large number of molecules present, large number of particles are present, and all these particles or all these molecules are in the different layers. मॉलिक्यूल अभी यहाँ पे अपने को पहले अपन ने क्या कंसिडर किया था, molecules, there are the large number of molecules which are in the different layers of a ideal gas. यहाँ पे भी अपने को वैसे ही कंसिडर करना है different layers of a ideal gas. तो ये जो different layers है, each layer is having the different temperature. सबसे lowest layer जो रहेगा उसका टेम्परेचर कम रहेगा, उससे ऊपर में जो लेयर रहेगा उसका टेम्परेचर थोड़ा सा ज्यादा रहेगा, उससे ऊपर जो लेयर रहेगा उसका टेम्परेचर और ज्यादा रहेगा. सो द टेम्परेचर इज चेंजिंग फ्रॉम लेयर टू लेयर. द टेम्परेचर ऑफ ए गैस मे नॉट बी द सेम एवरीवेयर, सो देयर विल बी डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर्स ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल्स इन ए लेयर. सो इन सच केस मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ ए गैस will carry thermal or kinetic energy from a region of higher temperature to a region of lower temperature to bring the equilibrium state. Equilibrium state आने के लिए क्या होगा यहाँ पे? The molecule of a gas will carry kinetic energy or thermal energy from a region of higher temperature to lower temperature. जिस लेयर का ज्यादा टेम्परेचर है वो क्या करेगा? टेम्परेचर को लोअर लेयर, जो अनदर लेयर है विच इज हैविंग ए लोअर टेम्परेचर, उसके तरफ टेम्परेचर को ट्रांसपोर्ट करने की कोशिश की जाएगी, एंड वाइस वर्सा. सो दिस एनर्जी इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ हीट and this give rise to the phenomenon of thermal conductivity and it arises due to the transport of energy. अपन ने पहले देखा है ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मोमेंटम, उसके बाद में देखा है ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ एनर्जी. तो यहाँ पे जो हीट एनर्जी है, टेम्परेचर इज नथिंग बट हीट एनर्जी, टेम्परेचर इज नथिंग बट हीट एनर्जी. सो हीट इज ट्रांसफर फ्रॉम वन लेयर टू द अनदर लेयर. और कहाँ से किधर ट्रांसफर हो जाएगी हीट? अपने को मालूम है टेम्परेचर. सपोज देयर इज ए रॉड and one end of the rod is heated, so its temperature will be increased. The temperature of one end of the rod will increase. Then that heat energy is transferred across this rod and it will move toward the other end of the rod. तो एक रॉड का एक end जो है, हेलो, रॉड का एक जो एंड है, हेलो,
अरे अच्छे से.
हाँ, किसका माइक चालू है? हेलो,
सर आपकी वॉइस नहीं आ रही.
मेरी वॉइस नहीं आ रही?
हाँ सर, अच्छे से नहीं आ रही, अटक रही.
हेलो, आ रही है अभी?
हाँ सर, अभी आ रही.
हाँ हाँ. तो अपन ने दो टाइप के ट्रांसपोर्ट फिनोमेना देखे, ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मोमेंटम और ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ एनर्जी. एनर्जी जहां पे टेम्परेचर रहेगा वहां पे एनर्जी रहेगी, हीट एनर्जी रहेगी. टेम्परेचर इज नथिंग बट हीट एनर्जी. सो जिसका टेम्परेचर, जिस लेयर का टेम्परेचर ज्यादा रहेगा उस लेयर से लो टेम्परेचर लेयर की तरफ एनर्जी ट्रांसपोर्ट हो जाएगी. कौन से लेयर से कौन से लेयर की तरफ? हाई टेम्परेचर लेयर से लो टेम्परेचर लेयर की तरफ जो एनर्जी है वो ट्रांसपोर्ट हो जाएगी. ओके, देन वी विल स्टडी द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मास. ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मास. हेलो,
Yes, sir.
हाँ. नाउ ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ the number of molecules hello, हाँ, आवाज आ रही क्लियर?
How?
यस सर.
So third type of transport of mass. Transport of mass. So the number of molecules per unit volume may not be the same for volume of the gas. किसका माइक चालू है? म्यूट कर दो बोला. सभी के माइक म्यूट कर दीजिए ताकि आपकी ऑडियो क्वालिटी जो है वो अच्छी रहेगी. हेलो, हाँ. So third type of transport phenomenon is the transport of mass. So what will happen again here? We are considering the ideal gas which contains the large number of molecules. and these large number of molecules are present in the different layers of a gas. So the number of molecules in a one particular layer and number of molecules in the another layer are the different one. So suppose there is a transport of number of molecules from a layer having large number of molecules towards the number of molecules which are present in the another layer. So there will be transport of number of molecules, and this transport of number of molecules is nothing but the transport of mass. Number of molecules, one molecule का mass रहेगा, number of molecules will be there, so number of molecules multiplied by mass of each molecule, that will give the total mass, and that total mass is varying from one layer, it is moving from one layer to the another layer. There is a transport of mass from one layer to the another layer. So this is about the third type of transport phenomenon, which is the transport of mass. So thus we have the phenomenon of viscosity, thermal conductivity, and a self-diffusion phenomenon due to the transport of momentum, energy and mass. And hence these phenomena are called the transport phenomenon. So after this we will see the very important expression, that is transport of the momentum, and from this transport of momentum we will see the expression for coefficient of viscosity of a gas. This expression is very important from the examination point of view. So many times the question has been asked on this, derive an expression for the coefficient of viscosity of a gas. Okay, तो ये expression जो है वो अच्छी तरह से आप प्रिपेयर करके रखिए, ये एग्जामिनेशन में आपको पूछा जा सकता है इसके ऊपर में क्वेश्चन. ओके, so what is the coefficient of viscosity? So the phenomenon of viscosity is arise due to the transport of momentum. Momentum से ये phenomenon हो रहा है, कौन सा? Phenomenon of viscosity of a gas. So for this purpose what we do? Consider a gas flowing over a horizontal plane. This is the horizontal plane OX. Along this horizontal plane, the gas, ideal gas is flowing. Okay, and the gas can be imagined to be divided into the number of layers perpendicular to the z axis. So here I have shown here the three layers. So A layer, B layer and C layer, all these three layers are perpendicular to the z axis. Okay, so suppose the velocity of the layer of gas in contact with the OX is 0. ये OX A layer है, OX layer में जो भी molecules रहेंगे, all these molecules are in contact with the floor or are in contact with the OX, and therefore all the molecules which are present in the layer OX is having the zero velocity. Okay, so then we will consider the another layer, which is the B layer. So the molecules which are present in the B layer is having the velocity, some velocity, and that velocity is the velocity of the molecule which are present in the A layer is the V. V क्या है? V is the velocity of the molecules which are present in the A layer. Okay, so the molecules which are present in the lower layer B is having the velocity V minus lambda into dV by dz, where lambda is the distance between the two layer. ये जो adjacent layer है इसमें का distance जो रहेगा वो lambda रहेगा, और ये दो layer जो है adjacent layer उनका distance जो रहेगा वो lambda रहेगा, and dV by dz is nothing but rate of change of velocity with respect to the z axis. Okay, so consider a layer A at a certain distance from the OX. So that layer we will consider it as a layer A. A layer consider करें, उसके बाद में B layer और C layer. तो A layer का velocity रहेगा V, B layer में जो molecules रहेंगे उनका velocity रहेगा V minus lambda into dV by dz, and the molecules which are present in the C layer is having the velocity V plus lambda into dV by dz. Velocity यहाँ पे मिडल लेयर की वेलोसिटी v रहेगी और लोअर लेयर की वेलोसिटी v से कम रहेगी और अपर लेयर की वेलोसिटी v से ज्यादा रहेगी. ओके, सो कंसिडर द लेट v बी द ड्रिफ्ट वेलोसिटी with which the gas flows in the layer A. लेयर में A में जो मॉलिक्यूल्स रहेंगे वो फ्लो हो रहे हैं, उसका जो वेलोसिटी रहेगा वो v रहेगा, स्मॉल v. So let drift velocity with which the gas flows in the layer A, then F is equal to, F is nothing but viscous force. This viscous force F is equal to minus eta into dV by dz, where eta is the coefficient of viscosity of a gas and dV by dz is nothing but velocity gradient. इसको क्या कहा जाता है? dV by dz को velocity gradient. जितना डिस्टेंस ए लेयर का बढ़ते जाएगा वैसे ही जो फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स है वो डिक्रीज होते जाएगा, लाइक दिस. So F is equal to minus eta into dV by dz, and eta is the coefficient of viscosity of a gas and dV by dz is the velocity gradient at a distance z. Then we will consider the two another layers, B layer and C layer. So let B and C be the two layers parallel to the layer A, each at a distance lambda equal to the mean free path from a layer A. And therefore the drift velocity of a layer of the layer B is v minus lambda into dV by dz. Velocity क्या रहेगी? A layer की velocity v, तो B layer which is in the lower side is having the velocity less than the velocity of the layer A. अलग अलग लेयर की अलग अलग वेलोसिटी रहेगी. जैसे जैसे लेयर्स ऊपर में जाते जाएंगे तो उनकी वेलोसिटी जो है वो अलग अलग रहती जाएगी, बढ़ती जाएगी. Along the z direction, the velocity of the layer goes on increasing, and therefore dV by dz is nothing but rate of change of velocity. तो B layer की velocity v minus lambda into dV by dz रहेगी और drift velocity of the layer C is v plus lambda into dV by dz. यहाँ पे माइनस साइन आएगा, यहाँ पे प्लस साइन आएगा क्योंकि ये लेयर B लेयर नीचे है A लेयर से और C लेयर ऊपर है A लेयर से. Let m be the mass of each molecule of a gas, small n be the number of molecules per unit volume, and c bar be the average velocity of the molecule at a temperature T. Then according to the kinetic theory of gases, the molecule of the gas can move in all possible directions. कितने molecules है gases में, ideal gases में? Small n number of molecules are there. ठीक है. Now we will consider one molecule. So suppose one molecule is present in the gas. तो ये जो एक one molecule है वो किस डायरेक्शन में मूव करेगा? It may move along the x direction, it may move along the y direction, it may move along the z direction. Okay. So suppose 1/3 molecules, total molecule gas में कितने molecules है? जितने भी molecules होंगे उसमें से 1/3 molecules will move along the x direction, 1/3 molecules will move along the y direction, and 1/3 molecules will move along the z direction. And suppose we are considering the n number of molecules, small n number of molecules are present in the ideal gas, then at that time what will happen? n/3, one third of n/3 molecules per unit volume will move along the x direction, n/3 molecules will move along the y direction, and n/3 molecules will move along the z direction. So we will consider here only the molecules which are moving in the along the z direction. कितने molecule move होंगे along the z direction? n/3 3 molecules will move along the z direction. Again, we know that there are the two types of there are the two z direction, positive z direction and negative z direction. Isn't it? समझ में आ रहा है? z डायरेक्शन कितनी है? पॉजिटिव z डायरेक्शन है और नेगेटिव z डायरेक्शन. तो क्या होगा? हाफ ऑफ दिस n/3 molecules, that is nothing but n/6 molecules per unit volume, will move along the positive z direction, and n/6 molecules will move along the negative z direction. ठीक है? Therefore, the number of molecules passing downward from layer C to layer B per unit area per unit time is n into C bar by 6. कितने molecules move हो रहे हैं? n/6 molecule move हो रहे along the z direction, positive z direction, and n/6 molecules will move along the negative z direction. Okay, so n C bar by 6, these are the velocity of the molecules which are moving in the downward direction. Then therefore the transport of momentum through a unit area of a layer A per unit time in upward direction is given by P1 is equal to mass multiplied by velocity. Mass is the m, velocity of the layer B is the v minus lambda into dv by dz into the number of molecules n into C bar upon 6. Number of molecules in that layer is the n C bar upon 6. So we get here m n C bar upon 6 into v minus lambda into dv by dz. So this is nothing but transport of momentum through the unit area of a layer A per unit time in the upward direction from layer B to the layer C. B layer से C layer की तरफ और या A layer की तरफ जो भी ट्रांसपोर्ट आएगा वो आएगा P1. Similarly, the transport of momentum through a unit area of a layer A per unit time in the downward direction from layer C toward the layer B is given by P2 is equal to mass multiplied by velocity of the layer of C, velocity of the layer C, velocity of the molecule present in the layer C. So m into v plus lambda into dv by dz into n C bar upon 6. So that will give us the m n C bar upon 6 into v plus lambda into dv by dz. So this is the transport of momentum from layer C to the layer B. Previously P1 we have considered the transport of momentum from layer B to the layer C. Okay. So from that we will obtain the net transport of momentum per unit area of a layer A per unit time in upward direction is given by P1 minus P2. ये P1 और P2 में से कौन सा बड़ा रहेगा? कौन सा बड़ा रहेगा? तो P2 बड़ा रहेगा. So P1 minus P2, it is equal to mn C bar upon C into v minus lambda into dv by dz minus mn C bar upon 6 into v plus lambda into dv by dz. If we obtain this difference, then it will give us rise to minus 1 by 3 mn C bar up into lambda into dv by dz. It is the equation number 2. Now, previously we have seen the expression for the viscous force, F is equal to minus eta into dv by dz, and this is the equation number 2, that P1 minus P2 is equal to minus 1 by 3 mn C bar into lambda into dv by dz. So therefore, this transport of momentum give rise to the stress Px, and therefore from equation 1 and 2 we can write it as minus eta into dv by dz is equal to 1 by 3 mn c bar into lambda into dv by dz. So dv by dz it get cancelled, and this minus sign this minus sign get cancelled, we get eta is equal to 1 by 3 mn c bar into lambda. So eta is equal to 1 by 3 into rho into c bar into lambda. So eta is nothing but coefficient of viscosity, where rho is the density of the gas, and that density of the gas is nothing but m into n. So this is the expression for the coefficient of viscosity of a gas, and this expression is very important from the examination point of view. So many times the question has been asked on this: derive an expression for the coefficient of viscosity of a gas. Okay. So after this we have to see the effect of pressure and temperature on coefficient of viscosity. We have seen previously the expression for the mean free path of a gas. So lambda is equal to, expression for the mean free path is lambda is equal to 1 by 2, 1 by under root of 2 into pi sigma square into n. It is equal to, so n is nothing but the mn, and from this we get n is equal to rho divided by m, and therefore we get here lambda is equal to m upon under root of 2 into pi rho sigma square. And we have also seen the average molecular speed as c bar is equal to under root of 8 kT upon pi m. So if we substitute the value of the c bar, so substituting the values of lambda and c bar in the expression number 3, we get, so eta is equal to 1 by 3 rho into c bar is nothing but 8 kT upon pi m into the lambda is nothing but m upon under root of 2 pi sigma square rho, and from this we get eta is equal to 2 by 3 1 upon pi sigma square under root of m kT upon pi, and from this expression it is clearly seen that eta is proportional to the under root of t. So thus the coefficient of viscosity of a gas is independent of the pressure, because here there is no term of the pressure in this expression of eta, and directly proportional to the square root of absolute temperature. Okay. So this is the dependence of the coefficient of viscosity on the temperature, and the coefficient of viscosity of the gas is independent of the pressure. Okay. So this is about the effect of pressure and temperature on the coefficient of viscosity. So this is my today's presentation. So if you have any query, you may ask.